Thank you so much, Dumza. Joining us now for the first time in the loft is celebrated and much-loved chef Vusi Ndlovu. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
I'm loving the tats, I'm loving the emblem. But before we get into your culinary journey, I just want to kick off with baby Vusi. Can you tell us about your formative years, growing up, and the kind of child you were?
You know, formative years, I wasn't the cool child that you see today. It took a lot to get here. No, but I grew up in a very conservative home. Things were okay. We grew up in Pretoria. We weren't fancy, but, went to good schools. We studied, I think I was allowed to leave home at 6 o'clock after matric, not before. I couldn't hang out with friends. So it was a very, modest household, but, we did the best we could.
I cannot believe you had a curfew of 6 p.m.
Yeah.
I would have constantly gotten into trouble. If you know me, one thing about me, I will break a rule.
No,
so your parents had a very strong, stern hand on you?
Because I was born in Zim and she was also from Zim, she was also she didn't want me to see the fancy lights of Pretoria, if there are any. so she was very much like, no, my son must do the right things and then do your thing afterwards. She was very strict, she had weird rules that we couldn't talk about on TV, but... So
I actually want to find out from you then, how did that shape the man that you are today? Because I know being a chef, you have to be very disciplined.
Well, look, there was a short term of rebellion, as expected. I never went to varsity, right? So I never had varsity life ever. I don't know what a dorm room looks like. I don't know what that is. So I started working after matric. So for me, it was just let me prove these people wrong that I can do this. But then I was also very much aware of what I had to do.
Yeah.
Then I got over it, then had a good time.
No, I think everyone does need a little dash, a little sprinkle of rebellion, because sometimes being that rebellious and having that rebellious nature can show you the path that is meant for you. By being
100%.
adventurous, you might win, you might lose, but ultimately you will find your path. Essentially, you did go on to work after matric, and I want to find out for you, before you fully went into the culinary industry, I'm sure there was someone who sparked your interest and love for cooking, your inspirations and influences.
Well, I don't have a romantic story, I didn't sit with my grandmother, I didn't do any of that because, boys play outside. So my cousins cooked a lot, they baked and stuff, but I was just okay, that's cool. And I saw the emotion that people that cooked food brought to the table. So I was like, if I can cook, then I'll be the favorite, so that I can use that to my advantage. So that was mostly it, baking scones and making butternut soup. So it wasn't really anything oh, my grandmother milks the cow with me. Nothing like that. Yeah,
I think it's so true that when you say that whoever's the chef or the foodie in the family is the favorite. They bring a smile on everyone's faces because they make our tummies full.
Yes.
So you officially took that jump, you took that leap, and you decided to take this seriously.
Yeah.
How did that journey look for you, and what was the thing that triggered you to take it professional?
Well, so I tell the story all the time. It changes every day. But basically, my parents wanted me to be an engineer, right? So I'm the firstborn son, so no son with my surname is going to be working in the kitchens. So then I said to my mom, listen, I can't do this, because I went to open day and everyone was so depressed, all these 30 engineers. I'm like, they'll be rich, but I'm sure there's a way that you can enjoy life. So I applied for a job at Musica in Pretoria, and I didn't get it.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. The question was who sang Red Red Wine? I mean, you're 17. What?
So much wrong with that story. So much wrong. But that's what we're saying. Thank goodness you got that no. Because you wouldn't be where you are today.
No, I think Musica closed down, so I think, you see. So I think we're okay. So then I applied for a job at the Sheraton Hotel. Then I was given a wannabe chef contract. So basically you stand on the egg buffet in a hotel. You get paid 1,000 rand a month. And I was to my mother, listen, I'm okay now. I don't need you. But then after 2 weeks, I'll be if you can fetch me, that'll be...
I was just kidding. Typical boy. I've got the money. I've made it big time. I don't need you, Mom.
You know what I mean?
I was just kidding. Come save me.
So that's how it happened. And she used to be able to fetch me one day at 7 o'clock. So my shift was at 6 to 2. So I would tell the chefs, no, I'm here. Let me just help. So they thought I was trying to be, interested and keen. I was no, I don't have transport, so... I'll just chill with you guys until my mom gets here. So that sort of helped me get in touch with other chefs that were doing other things instead of just eggs and cream spinach. Nothing wrong with that. But so it just really made me see things differently. And I think from there we just flourished.
Stunning. Now I also want to find out from you, you've done such incredible things within the food industry. Now you're back again this year, cooking at the Eat Out Awards. Can you just tell us a little bit about your previous experience and what we can expect this year?
So I cooked at the Eat Out Awards in 2018. I believe I was the youngest person, and still the youngest person to ever do that.
Wow.
So that was quite an eye-opening experience, cooking for like 800 of South Africa's top food minds. And yeah, it's a big party, but it was like such hard work. Like we didn't expect the volume of the dishes, because you look up and you like see like rows of empty plates and you're like, we'll never finish. So coming back again this year is a big honor. Now we're doing a first main course, a hot dish. So now the pressure's times 10 now to make 800 plates of a hot dish. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, but you can't have cold plates. So it's quite an exciting opportunity. Our dish, our identity. So I think it's an honor though, but also it's like, it's the last time I'm doing it.
Because you are done with the sweating.
Oh.
So on that same note, I'm sure that's a career highlight. What are some of your other career highlights?
Well, I don't keep track of these things because I never grew up, and I was never told to keep awards. But I think definitely winning the Simple Grino Young Chef of the Year award, that was quite a big game changer for me. And then went to Milan, you know, then I was voted top 7 in the world, young chefs in the world in 2018. Wow. So that was like, you know, people that I didn't think I could speak to are now calling me. And I was like, how? But didn't I ask you for a job many years ago? So now...
It be like that. Be careful who you say no to, because it be like that.
It's true, it's true. So that's our philosophy. You know, we're not mean about it. We don't throw it in people's faces, but we just like, we carry on. We keep it moving.
Yeah.
We don't ask for permission, and we certainly don't apologize for our decisions.
Absolutely. You know, I always say the best way to kind of get back at someone, the best revenge is success, just making your life a success. And I think that you are able to deliver success in each and every plate that you dish up. So before we head into the kitchen and celebrate World Sandwich Day, what's some of your favorite dishes to whip up?
You know, I do not cook at home. If you're doing what I do 18 hours a day, 12 hours a day, the last thing I want to do is cut an onion, like take out. So I just moved to Cape Town, so I'm learning the new spots. So, but if I could have time, it would be steak and mushrooms, mince and rice. I love that. That's like my mom's thing. So that's just like comfort food. Yeah, I don't know. I'm so not fussy.
I'm so glad that you kind of have foods from such different arenas.
Yeah.
I mean, having a steak and mushrooms, that is decadence and just chef's kiss. But also, I had mince and rice for lunch today. So that is like literally like quite a staple for all South Africans. I enjoy a good plate of mince and rice.
100%.
So definitely looking forward to kind of touching base with you more and more as we do cook along with you in the kitchen. Now it's time for us to head over to the kitchen. I mean, we cannot thank and cannot wait to cook with the talented chef Vusi. But a bit later, he is going to treat us to one of his favorite samis.